We're both hat boys today. 3, 2, Juan. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nobody Loves You. It's been a minute since we've actually sat down and done the pod.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
It's always strange.
For you guys, there's been no hiatus at all.
Yeah, last week we had Sugar Pit on. We recorded that episode a few weeks before it actually came out. So we got some comments, like Kian plugged the show that at the time of when it came out happened like a week prior. And somebody commented like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the plug, guys." I thought it was pretty funny. But we just played a show. So if anybody came out, I don't know if anybody. I feel like you probably would have. Maybe you're shocked.
That's crazy. That's when we know this shit is working. When somebody shows up to a show and they're like, "I listened to the podcast, so I came to the show."
That would be sick. Hey, so just make sure you're following us on Instagram. I usually put it in the fucking descriptions, mine and Karl's Instagrams, and then we'll plug them here when we're playing shows. But yeah, come out to shows. We're playing in the LA every good bit for the next, hopefully a good bit the next year. But yeah, we played at Hotel Cafe.
I like it there.
It was cool. It was a cool venue. Apparently, that's the last place Mac Miller played before he, took the long nap.
Oh.
Which is fucking crazy to me because that's a small ass fucking venue.
You don't remember when he did the he put the tickets on sale the day of the show?
No, I remember. I
didn't remember it being at Hotel Cafe because I didn't care because I was living in Philly.
Yeah.
And had never really been to Los Angeles at the time. I think it was also, if I remember correctly, it looked like it wasn't the room that we played in. So it would be even crazier if it was second stage.
No.
I remember him saying that he played it in front of 100 people, though. So it could have been second stage.
Second stage is like a 75 cap, and then main stage is a 250 cap.
Either way, crazy for him.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. So we played Hotel Cafe.
So you're pretty much Mac Miller.
Pretty much. I am 26. Yeah. I thought the show went pretty well. I don't know. How'd you think it went?
It was great. I had one pretty bad mistake, and then I told Justine, I was like, I messed up really bad at one part. And she was like, When'd you mess up? And I was like, I'm not telling you. She's like, no, come on, tell me. I was like, do you know when I messed up? She's like, no, I didn't hear it. And I was like, good. I'm not fucking telling you then.
I fucking heard it. I didn't know at the time it was you, but I knew something was wrong. It was during my song Growing Pains.
No, don't tell anybody.
It was during that. Karl fucked up hard. He just played the wrong chords. Also,
however, the chord I played isn't horribly outside of the key. It just turns the A into an A major 7.
I knew something was off. I couldn't tell what it was, and then I heard a video of it after you told me where you messed up. If you probably didn't tell me, I'd probably be like, that just doesn't. I'd probably would still be like, something's off. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound great. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be able to tell, but once you told me, I was watching the videos. I was like, fucking Karl.
I haven't gotten jitters in a minute.
Did you get jitters that night?
I was pretty jittery before.
Dude,
while we were going
I was not. Coincidentally enough, I do get jitters a good bit, but I was like, because I was nervous like a couple days leading up because I was playing lead guitar on one of the songs, one of my new songs, and I never play lead live. I've never taken a solo because I'm not that good at guitar. Like, I can play a guitar fine, but I'm not like the guy. That's Cole, our guitar player. He's the guy, right? You're like, Cole, rip a solo, and you're like, oh, amazing. I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy, pal. But I was playing lead for the first time, so I was really nervous leading up to it, and I was practicing and practicing and practicing. And I wasn't nervous that I would... It's weird. I wasn't nervous about messing up. I was nervous about being nervous, which would lead to me messing up. Let me explain. When I'm nervous, I get antsy. I get jittery. And when I'm jittery, I can't play guitar because I have to move my fingers. And then I get jittery and I can't play very well. So I was nervous that I would get nervous. So I did two things to make sure that didn't happen. Number one, which is the craziest thing I've ever fucking done. I drank. You guys ever had Celsius? You guys know the fucking energy drink Celsius? Celsius is like fucking meth. Like it's got 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, right? It's like fucking meth.
Like fucking meth.
And when if you drink it on an empty stomach, you're like, right? I drank 2 on an empty
I
stomach,
thought you had coffee.
or coffee in one,
You had a coffee, mocha pot, strong,
and a Celsius,
and a
whatever.
Celsius.
No breakfast, and
and
Zin, which
little
is like
upper decky.
little upper decky Zin, which is like nicotine, which if you do that on an empty stomach, you get like, So I felt horrible. I felt like I was having a panic attack. So I made myself feel unbelievably horrible, like I was having a panic attack.
David cracked the code on synthesizing anxiety.
And then I practiced playing through my solo while feeling like that. So I was like, okay, even if I'm shitting my fucking pants, I can still play the song. Which is by far the craziest thing I've ever done to prepare for a show.
Especially because you only have to practice it for like 15, 20 minutes. You know,
I practiced
maybe
it for a
little bit
good,
more.
30, 45.
But still, those effects are not going to wear off that quickly. You know,
They wore off. I just ate some food
Hmm.
and maybe waited like
Whole
an hour or
loaf of
two.
bread, some pretzels.
Yeah. So I did that, and then also I heard Joe Rogan talk about it one time. I think he said like before shows, the day of shows, he likes to do really intense cardio, and that keeps him like calm. So I did that. I did some cardio. I did a light workout at the gym, and then did some cardio, and then I did a cold plunge. That was all in the beginning of the day. So, and then I stayed off my phone.
Oh yeah.
And this all seems really weird. Like, I've never had to prepare. I'm usually just like, all right, I'll just go on stage. I don't get really stage fright that much. It was just, having to play lead for the first time. I was like, I can't be fucking nervous. But honestly, I don't know which one of them worked. Maybe a combination of them all. I was calm as I was cool as a cucumber.
I'm gonna be a fucking mess, bro. I already know it.
We've been rehearsing Karl's stuff. He's getting ready to play live soon.
I'm not gonna do well the day of. It's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna have to do similar to what you did. Just like fucking take the day and just not like it mentally be too focused on things outside of just like getting myself ready for the show. And it could be literally like in front of like 15 people and it won't make a difference.
But the thing with that is though, like I try to not think about the show.
Right.
Because
but you were just like letting yourself be zen and not be on your phone.
Yeah, like the hardest part about playing shows at our level, because we don't have fucking crew. We don't got crew. We don't got roadies. We're like packing the car ourselves, driving there, unloading, doing the sound, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot to do before you actually hit the first note.
Also increases the anticipation a lot.
Yeah. It's like we didn't play until 7:00, but I started like time to do the show, meaning load in, drive there, warm up, fucking sound check, all of that. I started at 4:00, so I was like on since 4. And by the time you start to play, you're like, whew, I'm fucking beat. But what was I gonna say?
Anticipation, getting ready for the show, being at our level.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just I don't usually have to like prepare like that. Usually I think it's sometimes better to just go in it, but I don't know. I wanted this one to be really good. And then after the show, I wanted to bring this up on the pod. Me personally, I've never felt good about it felt good, but I've never been like, fuck yeah, like that was an amazing performance. And I'm wondering, I was having a conversation with somebody who is more of a professional musician than I am. More professional meaning bigger, and also they don't have another job. It's just as it, right?
Been touring for a long time, and
I was like,
played lots of shows.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, did you ever feel it? Just seemed like that this person didn't feel similar to me. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Sure.
So I'm always just like, yeah, it was fine, but it was fine, but it's fine, but. And I'm starting to wonder if if my perfectionism is. I always used to think it was like what my strength was. I'm starting to think maybe it's not. I don't know. What do you think? You seem so zen. You're like, yeah, I fucked up one of your songs, but it was really funny.
I don't think it was funny. I felt really bad. I felt like a fucking moron when I did it.
Well, you are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wait, what are you going to be nervous for the most playing your shows that you think?
I think just like being the center of attention, to be honest. Like,
Where we have a podcast.
there's nobody here.
No, dude, this helped. This helps. When I
Really?
was on stage, bro, I just like saying certain things. This podcast has helped me learn how to just like be in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly concerned, but the most I like perform is when we play
No rain.
No Rain. And I'm not the center of attention for that. It's like people notice me because I'm like switching instruments, but it's not.
Yeah, you are just the keyboard guy. You are just sitting down.
Yeah, and that's how I've always been. Like, I mean, I guess I played guitar for you in Philly, but still, for the most part, like,
Did you?
yeah, on a couple songs.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But that being said, yeah, being the center of attention and singing in front of people for
Are
the
you
first
worried
time.
that like people are gonna say like, "Wow, like this guy sounds like like he was like a cat with who's tone deaf?" And like,
No,
are
that's
you worried people are
okay.
gonna think like, be like, "Oh my God, look at this guy. He's got boogers in his nose. He's always he's so ugly. Like, look at his weird shoes he's wearing." Or do you think
Should
they're
I
gonna?
wear these?
Or do you think they're gonna make fun of your mustache or your crooked teeth or your abnormally shaped ears or your hair or your gangly fingers? What do you
Hey.
think? Or are you afraid that you're gonna have food left over in your mustache from lunch?
That's a good one. All of the above.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. I'm sure no one will notice how disgusting you are.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Maybe I'll just wear a mask
You could. You seen those guys?
from Australia.
It's the Khruangbin ripoff.
Yeah.
Justine, what are they called? Glass beams.
They're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool. I was saying to Justine, it's like it's such a Khruangbin ripoff, right?
They're
But-
a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
they I was gonna they take
Like-
the Eastern music
Yeah.
influence a little bit further than Khruangbin does,
Yeah.
but they're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. Right down like Khruangbin wears wigs, they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
It's like
But they still rip.
it's like
Honestly, bro, what good for Khruangbin for inventing a new genre that's taking flight.
well, they
You
didn't
know
really
what I mean?
invented a genre.
But the way that they're displaying
You know what it
is
is?
unique.
Khruangbin has more like Hispanic music influence, probably from being from Texas and also
Hispanic.
yeah, like Mexican, like
Yeah, but
jazz, Latin
so
jazz.
like Latin, yeah, like Latin.
Well, they're from
American.
Texas, and also Laura Lizzie is Mexican.
Sure, but what you think that like consistently across all their albums? I mean, I guess
Yes.
Con Toto El
El Mundo.
Mundo has definitely got a big Latin influence.
Wait, what are we talking about? Of course,
But well, I mean,
when they sing, it's always in Spanish.
but I feel like they did a lot of emphasis on like the. What
I
did
hear
they
it, bro.
say, like Thai music or something like
That's
that.
what they said their
The first
fucking
album,
name
right?
is, but like, I don't know, bro. A lot of it,
Yeah.
because the same thing when you listen to Hermanos Gutierrez.
They're lit.
They're fucking amazing.
They're awesome.
Oh, we're seeing them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Ha 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 ha
Oh,
ha.
you fucking stupid idiots that didn't get the cool tickets to the cool show in
Khruangbin
California.
is playing this. They're playing a show with Hermanos Gutierrez, and it's at this like little hotel, and it's north of LA. And apparently the venue is like fucking super small. tickets sold out like that. They added the second show, and I'm pretty sure those sold out. Tickets were reselling for like $600. We got ours $80 because Justine, my girlfriend and our roommate, is like a big Khruangbin fan, and she's on some like find out first email list that they have or whatever. Yeah, so Khruangbin, super super cool. If you haven't heard of them or heard them, it's if you haven't heard them, I'm not even gonna do it. Just go back and watch the episode of our top 10 albums and look at my number 1 album. It's Khruangbin.
It's sick.
Yeah. Oh, but I think Khruangbin has a little bit more, of that like Hermanos Gutierrez, like Hispanic guitar, flamenco guitar kind of stuff. And then I think Glass Beams has more of the Eastern influence.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're very similar.
Definitely in like the percussion too.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Sick.
But speaking of music, I have one music suggestion that I really, really, really want to make. This person blew my fucking socks off. Justine and I were just on Discover Weekly or whatever, and Discover Weekly usually fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. My Discover Weekly is never right. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but like sometimes I'm just like, come on, Spotify. But Kota is her name, and she has a song called Corner that truly fucking like just blew me away. I thought it was so amazing. It's a great combo of like folky-ish music, indie rock, and a little bit of psychedelic. It's like indie psychedelic folk. Yeah, that's how I would describe it.
The song that you and I were trying to figure out.
That's Corner. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel like it has like an R&B flair to it as well.
Faux show. I can get down with that. Yeah, definitely. Karl and I, what he's saying, trying to figure out is, I was like, what the fuck is this third chord? I couldn't hear like what it was in relationship, music nerd talk, like what it was in the relationship to the tonic, and Karl found out it was the fifth.
4.
Huh?
Major 4 with a flat 5.
Oh, I thought it was the fifth.
It was the first.
These people don't care. They don't care. They don't care about us.
Yeah, I think it's the 4. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Check it out. Corner by Kota. She opened up for Hosier, I think, is what I was told. From Minneapolis.
That's cool. Hey, let's go, Prince.
I think Minneapolis.
And
somewhere in the
maybe
Midwest.
some other people that are really cool too, but mostly Prince. That's what's up.
Check it out. Check it out.
My turn. David sent me this band 2 days ago called Viruette or Viruette.
Wait. What?
Yeah, bro. It's not Virtue. I don't know why you wrote that in the notes. It's Viruette.
Oh, I thought it was Virtue. Anyway.
Are you dyslexic?
I think so.
Like,
I must be.
Do you often do that? Do you like shorten
All the
words
time.
and things like that?
We were playing this game called Anomia, which is basically you have to, like, cards get flipped over and they have categories on them, and you have to like yell out something that is in the category, is essentially the essence of the game. And we were playing, and it's really fast paced, and I was having such a hard time. Like, one flipped over, and I start screaming as fast and as loud as I can. I'm like, mustard, mustard, mustard. And I thought it was condiment. And then everyone's laughing, and they're like, dude, continent. So
yes.
I think I'm dyslexic. I could be dyslexic.
Slightly.
I got tested.
Is
Apparently
is dyslexia a spectrum similar to autism? Or
I don't know, but
that would make sense.
that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No. It's definitely, I've heard people be like, I'm like super dyslexic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're being like funny.
Is every mental disorder a spectrum if you think about it?
Is every fucking ailment and like
Yeah,
every time
I got the flu real bad, dude. I'm deep on the flu spectrum. Anywho, so Viruette These guys are fucking sick. Just generally, like, this kind of music is just right up my alley these days. The fucking
Idols.
kind of, I like to call it the resurgence of like indie sleaze music. You know,
sleaze.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like New York 2004 prime LCD sound system.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
kinda
just like
shit.
LCD sound system.
Yeah,
is what you
but
mean.
also like the Strokes came out of that, and so did what's the other band?
What's happening with your computer?
Anywho, okay.
All right, sorry.
Sorry, everybody. We had some technical difficulties because we had to switch computers today, and my computer is an old soul. So sorry about that. Viruette, they're a band from Boston. You said they're sick. Indie sleaze.
What are you?
coming back.
You coined sleaze, or is that a thing?
That's a thing. It's like a playlist on Spotify and all that. Like indie sleaze. It's a thing.
You know, dude.
Um,
You want it? Sorry. No, I'm no.
Let me
I am
let
gonna.
me finish talking about this band because they deserve
Oh, yeah,
they
you're right,
deserve
you're right.
the works.
They're cool.
They're fucking sick. They don't have a ton of followers from
Under
what we've
1,000.
seen, but they just put out a live session recently, and it's fucking really well shot, and it sounds amazing, more importantly, and give them a look. I'll spell you the name of the band, just in case I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. It is spelled Viruette. Their Instagram is exactly that, .band.
Peep them. Check them out.
They're fucking lit. We love them. Great find. I feel like most of my music suggestions are not very underground and usually just like, I listened to MGMT for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
They were sick. So I'm happy that David sent me these guys. 'Cause they're
Idols.
awesome.
You've been listening to Idols a lot. What's that fucking one song that they did on SNL or something? It's like, Nana Mama, Jake Dilla's the king. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's their new single. Well, the album came out last week, but there was one of the singles called Gift Horse.
Gift Horse.
Yeah, that song's sick.
Yeah.
The other one that I play all the time is Grounds, and that's from their 2020 album. And I saw an interview with the guitar players. Like, yeah, we were trying to figure out what it would sound like if AC/DC and Kanye West made a song together. And if you listen to it with that mentality, it's fucking awesome. It's so cool.
Interesting.
And it sounds exactly like that. Anyway, but yeah, I've been listening to all that sorts of stuff recently.
That indie sleaze shit coming out of fucking New York. I always think it's interesting when you hear about, like, you watch a documentary and you're like, oh yeah, like fucking New York indie sleaze, all these bands came out of it. Or like you think about the Seattle grunge scene.
Or Echo Through the Canyon. You ever see that documentary? Like Bob Dylan and Beach Boys. And a bunch of other shit.
It's all up here, right in the valley.
Well, Laurel Canyon, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know if it's on this side or the other side. I'm sure it eventually went to the other side.
I mean, you always see those things, and it's just like you always understand them post their existence. But do you ever feel like you've seen or been or like the birth of hip hop? You're like, oh, like these shows. You ever been to this show and be like, is this gonna be talked about in a fucking documentary one day? You ever feel like you've maybe not been like an integral part of? I mean, who knows? I mean, that'd be fucking crazy. But like, if like our Philly scene,
yeah,
in 10 years, it was like, holy shit! Like, look at all these bands that came out of Philly in the fucking from like 2017 to 2020 era,
and then moved to Los Angeles.
I mean, sure, that would obviously be the
shit.
most insane.
Yeah, look at that. Us, Pink, Suave.
Now Sugar Pit.
Well, I was naming all fucking our high school for a second.
You're thinking about Doylestown.
Who's the girl that's popping off that graduated from West like a year or two ago?
Dev Lemons?
Yes. Yeah.
Dev Lemons.
She's popping off.
There's a lot of people.
I like her music. Dev Lemons is pretty sick.
Yeah. There's a lot of people from Doylestown who are
The
quite
shit.
successful.
It's because we live in a simulation and all the real people actually are from Doylestown.
Yeah, and
Just so
everybody
you know.
else is fucking.
Oh, and our fucking homie that commented on our last episode from Montco. We read your comment. That was the fucking nicest shit in the world. I just got chills thinking about it. You are the shit. Thank you for listening, and thank you to everybody else who has subscribed in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but
It's
if you
been
haven't
really
commented
nice.
or subscribed, get fucked.
Yeah.
No, don't.
But
I'm just
also,
kidding.
yeah, my guy, we read that comment together a couple days ago, and it warmed both of our hearts thoroughly. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we read it right after witnessing a crazy person get kicked out of Sam Ash.
That was also harassing us.
Yeah, dude, it was
You've all been to a guitar store, or maybe you haven't. But when you go to guitar stores, they let you play the guitars usually. Also, there's usually about 10 to 500 guitars to choose from in this guitar store.
dude.
And he comes up to David, who is testing out a guitar pedal with just a nothing guitar.
I purposefully picked a middle ground guitar because I was like, I need a guitar that's gonna sound like mine, and I don't have that nice of a guitar. I don't have a complete piece of shit, but I was like, I need like a $600 guitar.
So David's playing like a Mexican Fender Stratocaster. There's
exactly what I was playing.
probably 200 of them in the inventory in that store. This guy's a fucking nutcase and is like talking loudly on speakerphone, and just you can see all the employees like side-eyeing him like, fuck this guy again. And he's like waiting. There's also plenty of amps to plug into. He keeps like hovering around David and I while David's just testing out a reverb pedal, and he comes up, he's like, oh dude, that's the exact guitar I would have picked, man.
Yeah.
You still using that? And it's like, yeah,
he's
dude,
like, yeah, you still-
fuck off.
Are you still using it, man? I was like, no. He's it's just, oh man, that's such a sick guitar. And I was like, do you want to play it? And he's like, oh, dude, really? Is it cool? Can I play it? And I was like, yeah, give me 2 minutes. I'm trying to test this pedal. He's like, okay. And he leaves. And I don't know exactly what 2 minutes feels like, but it feels like it was 2 minutes on the fucking dot. He came back and he goes, it's been 2 minutes already. And I didn't say anything. I just looked at him like, hey, buddy, please fuck all the way off.
This is the kind of guy
And-
that like I could imagine like you would see him like bust somebody's windshield for like asking him to move out of their way or something like that.
So he's like, hey, man.
He looked like he could snap at any second.
He pretty much did. And so he's like, it's been 2 minutes. Just kidding. And then he just sat next to me, like pretty close, and I continued to do what I was doing. Then when I finished, I was like, all right, man, here you go. Here's your guitar. And then I guess the employees who were working, I guess they had seen this guy before. He had caused some issues in the past because the guy went up to him right after and was like, hey, man, like, what's going on here? Can I help you? Like, you know, you have to ask if to plug into these amps, blah, blah, blah. And then the dude, like, freaked out. He's like, yo, go get your fucking manager before I slap the shit out of you. Get the fuck out of here. He just fucking stormed out. Doesn't matter. Crazy people. Crazy people in
The guys
Hollywood,
at Sam
California.
Ash seemed to think that it wasn't a surprising thing that he reacted that way. So he obviously is the regular crazy. I was talking about this with my coworker, and I was like, damn, bro, working on Sunset definitely takes years off of your life no matter where you are. Because I was like, that's the kind of shit that I have to deal with on a daily basis. That's the kind of shit that this guy is probably also super used to. I'm sure every business in Hollywood probably experiences like harassment from fucking crazies because
Yeah. It's
they're all over the place. And you know what?
it's a little wild.
Fuck that guy. He was a dick.
He was a dick.
Piece of shit.
But fuck, we don't really have a ton of time because I have to leave. But I never opened my Kona. If you want that, actually no, save that. I wanted that when I got home.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, right. I fucking deserve it. I was gonna say, the scene. You feel like you're part of the scene? You know, you see in documentaries like the grunge scene in Seattle or the indie sleaze scene in New York or whatever it is. Right now, I know for a fact there's going to be a documentary in 10 years about the Australian psych scene. The Australian psych scene is the best thing on the fucking planet. Every time I find a new band, I'm like, that's sick. They're always from fucking Australia. Somebody new, I just found another new band. Of course, boom, Australia. And there's definitely going to be one about the Australian psych rock scene.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I think, do I ever feel that way? I don't know. I think that I really want to be, and I get really inspired by the circle of people that we're in contact with. Like, not just Kian, but everybody seems very inspired and very.
I wasn't necessarily saying, do you think all our friends are going to have a documentary about us?
No,
in 10 years? That's not what I'm saying.
I think that we have we all make like a sort of semi-similar, palpable genre that is all based on bands.
I meant, do you think you would just add a fucking show one day and you had like fuck, what's dude, back in Philly, Bristol Maroney, super big now, house show, boom. Maisie, house shows, boom. Fucking so many people in Philadelphia, you just see them in goddamn basements.
Yeah,
you know, and you're like, you never really know. But I was thinking about that, and I don't really want to get too deep into it. We can just briefly brush on it. The DIY scene, or we don't really have a ton of time.
We'll talk about it next week. Fuck it.
This has been on our list for fucking 10 years.
It's a big topic.
It is a big
We
topic.
have to chat about it
DIY
for a
music
while.
is so. I think DIY pop sucks though now. Like, indie pop was one of my favorite genres, and people are like, "What kind of music do you like?" I would always say indie pop. Indie pop. I love indie pop. And indie pop to me was sick. It was like pop music, but with really interesting sound design and blah blah blah. And now I feel like every time I put on an indie pop playlist, it's no longer pop music with interesting sound design and cool stuff going on. It's just formulaic fucking shitty music with bad production quality. I know that's a big offensive statement.
I mean, I think you're just generalizing a lot. I don't know exactly.
It could just be Spotify's playlists that I don't like.
Yeah, that could be it.
I don't know, you don't feel that way? You don't feel like indie pop is going downhill?
I don't listen to
indie pop?
playlist based things generally. Honestly, the only way I listen to new music is like fucking like word of mouth, and that's 99% of it, and then the other 1% is like,
where do you guys find new music? Because I don't know.
yeah, honestly, it's
Where does other people
it's
find
mostly just word of mouth, to be honest. Like, every once in a while somebody will, like, fucking one of my customers showed me Hermanos Gutierrez like a year ago, and I got super into them.
I don't.
Justine shows me fucking new music all the time.
I don't know where she
Idols, I started listening to Idols because LCD Sound System co-produced their first single for the new album.
I gotta go to work.
All right.
Hey, love everybody. Thank you. Please hit that fucking. Well, I think we should start saying subscribe at the end of these videos, because I said it in the pod episode, the one episode, and like we got a bunch of subscribers. So if you were one of those people who subscribed, thank you. We love you. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Word of mouth. That's the only way we find music. Maybe it's the only way people find podcasts. Next week, Karl will be trying sword swallowing.
Correct. Toodaloo.
Bye.